Dwarves, the staple of fantasy, so much that our beloved, gruff, stout grandpas are seen by the younger generation as stale and boring. Well, you either lack imagination or are misinformed, my friend. Be prepared to walk the fairy roads and meet the many dwarfs that have been spawned by the scribes of fantasy. There's probably no fairy tale more famous than Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Not only was it one of the stories of the home soil of the brothers Grimm, but it was also used for the first full animated movie cartoon featured by Walt Disney in 1937. And while the company became notorious for changing their source material, the first feature film was rather true to the main source, although ironically a bit condensed. While surely the most famous, many took their shots of their retelling of the infamous Grimm tale, like I will do. A sickly queen, whom was with child, pricked herself while embroidering, and as her red blood dripped on the white cloth, she made a wish to give birth to a girl with lips as red as blood, skin as pale as snow, and hair as black as ebony wood. She died at childbirth soon thereafter, but the child survived and was named, you guessed it, Snow White. The widowed king did remarry, however, to a vain woman that asked each morning her magical mirror the same question. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of them all? The mirror responded each morning with the same answer. My queen, I can only tell what is true. No one is more fairer than you. And thus peace reigned in the land until Snow White had turned 14. At that morning, the queen asked her question, and after a pause, the magic mirror responded, O queen, you are fair, that much is true, but there is one girl fairer than you. Within this palace lives the person who entered our game, the fairest of them all, and Snow White is her name. Furious, the queen ordered that Snow White would join a hunting party, and ordered to her hunter to kill the little upstart and bring her heart as proof of the deed. Her queen ordered her cooks to prepare the heart, who she later with her husband ate. And while the king ordered a further search party to find his lost daughter, the queen asked the mirror her question once more, once again. The mirror responded, O queen, my answer remains the same, fair Snow White, that is her name. Although you tried to convince the hunter with fear, the heart that he gifted you was that of a deer. The queen had chosen poorly. The hunter was a hunter, not a murderer, and while he knew warning his lord would just be his word against hers. And thus he warned Snow White away from the rest of the hunting party, as he did not know who else was involved, and he knew it was risky, but escorted her to a place no one else dared to wander. And thus he asked her to run as far as her legs could carry her. And this is where my story splits. Within the Grimm story, she found a cottage in the forest, and where she fell asleep in one or more of the small beds. When she awoke, she was greeted by 7 dwarfs. My version could also be told in the past, who knows. Snow White awoke within a little oasis in the forest, where the hill where she stood on granted her sanctuary. But that
is a story for another time.